Lansing is a great place to do business. It's easy to get plugged in. It's very friendly for businesses. Of course, we have the wonderful university right down the road. We have the state government here. It's just a great place if you have an innovative idea to come on in and make that happen and make that reality with the wonderful community of support that we have here.
I think people should bring their business to Lansing because it's got the best of both worlds from the standpoint of it's a big enough market where you can, there's a lot of opportunities for development, a lot of growth opportunities, there's a lot of good sectors here, and yet it's a small enough town where you don't get lost in the shuffle. It's a great sized market where you can make a lot of connections and get plugged in with a lot of the great community networks here, and yet at the same time you would have a hard time oversaturating yourself in terms of the opportunities that starting a business offers. There's a good quality of life. We really don't have traffic here. The cost of living is very favorable, so there's a lot of advantages, and there's also a very business-friendly climate right now, especially in the last couple of years. So that's why I would encourage you to bring a business to Lansing.
Lansing, I like to talk about, it's the biggest small town you ever be a part of. The people here in Lansing are all about Michigan and Michigan's success. We hear too much. I like to talk all the time about the wham, wham, wham Michigan, and we hear too much about that because that really isn't the true fabric of Lansing. People really work well together. There's a ton of opportunity here for the getting, and businesses are on the rise. Michigan did take a hit, but we're as well going up faster than any other state. So if you were going to bring yourself anywhere, bring your business anywhere, I would definitely bring it here.
Success is an interesting word. I feel that I've been successful first and foremost because I have such a great support group. I always make sure that I surround myself with like-minded people who are go-getters. I come from a family of entrepreneurs, and of course living in the Lansing community and having those relationships with people who really have an open mind and making sure that you position yourself as a benefit to the people that you work with.
Just for starting a company, I would say pick a product or a service that you know the market wants and that there's demand for it, and evaluate what the competitive pressures are on that product or service, and stick to it. Stick to your core, but at the same time, you got to be adaptable too. So it's just a mix, and having a strong work ethic isn't really an attribute; it's a given. That's just expected. So you have to have that coming into it, and then keeping your focus on doing what you do well and sticking to your core, I think, is a very important aspect to being successful.
Very good question. From an inspiration standpoint of view, I'm in front of small businesses nonstop and deal with people with HR, and the lack of knowledge that the small business owner has around human resources topics is just on a daily basis baffling to me. So the inspiration really came from an economy standpoint of view. If we're going to bring Michigan around, I do believe that the small business is going to drive that sector very strongly. And if our small businesses are going to thrive, they're going to have good people practices in place, or they're going to have some challenges from their growth. So the inspiration is really to get Michigan's economy back and rolling, and to have that happen through small business and being sure that they have people practices in place to help them succeed.